Welcome to season one, episode one of the Life Balance Mentor podcast. I'm your life balance mentor, Kurt Warner. And this week, we're going to talk to you about how to actually create a balanced life and also understanding what it is. So a lot of us as entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors, we tend to get busy. We tend to have a goal in mind when it comes to what we're working on, what we're trying to develop, what we're trying to grow. And we fail to actually balance our day. So what might seem like an average, day to somebody that is working the 9 to 5, they drive in, they show up for work, start at 9, done at 5, they clock out and go home. As entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners, a lot of times our minds are constantly on our business or constantly on whatever investment that we're working on. So we fail to actually dedicate time for other things. So for anybody that is in this position where, you wake up in the morning, and although I am admittedly not a morning person, but from the moment I wake up, my mind shifts towards, what are my goals for the day? What are my top 3 big things I want to accomplish in my business to move it forward? And then I start thinking about the other tasks. So from the moment I wake up, my mind is on. And yes, there are things throughout the day that, need to get done, that do get done, like eating, if you have kids, taking care of the kids in the morning, getting them off to school, etc. But even while you're doing a lot of these things, you're not totally present. So how do we actually create a balanced life and still get stuff done throughout the day, afternoon, evening, and for some of us at night? For example, I was up last night until 1 working on some things for my business, the Life Balance Mentor. So what do we need to do? We actually need to start our day and schedule what our top priorities are for the day. Now, when I say that, automatically, a lot of you are thinking, okay, well, if you're just starting out, maybe I need to get my website up and running. If you're in the process of marketing for new clients, new customers, maybe I need to, adjust my copy, or I need to have my social media manager send them all the content so they can start posting. I need to come up with a new offering. I need to figure out my pricing. What your top 3 actually is the top 3 most important things for that day. So for example, obviously we're in the holiday season, spending time with family and friends is important. So some days it's not going to be your top 3 things that are all focused on your business. It's going to be a mix of, this is the number 1 thing in my business that I need to do to get it moving forward. This is the number 1 things for my family. So whether it is spending time with them, going to a movie, or, taking them out shopping, or going out to dinner with family, that also needs to be included as part of your top 3. And this is how we start to create balance. The other thing that a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and investors forget to do is actually take time for themselves when it comes to health and wellness. As much as, the idea of grinding away all the time sounds cool, sounds appealing, it's all over social media. The reality is, if we don't stop and take time to look after ourselves, we cannot operate at our highest level for a long period of time. So whether that's going out for a walk, whether it is going to the gym and working out, whatever it is for you, maybe you play a sport or do an activity, but whatever helps you get moving and to actually help your physical body stay active, you need to actually schedule that time in. I find that if I am not working out as much, being as active, after a few days, I just don't have the energy. I don't have the mental capacity either to actually, work at an optimal level for the times where I'm working on my business. So we have to schedule that in. So that's the first step to creating a balanced life. Make sure you have a top 3 every single day. Admittedly, some days it's all going to be business. But if you can, make sure you incorporate some personal things when it comes to relationships, your health, your wellness, time with friends, whatever else in your life that is important to you. Maybe it's budgeting. Maybe it's actually taking some time to work on something that, really inspires you within your business. Like for myself, I love Excel. So although it's still working my business, if I am taking kind of a quote unquote break during the day, but I still want to feel accomplished, I might schedule in, okay, today I'm going to work on, building out something in Excel for my business to look at maybe my top line, bottom line revenue, play with that a little bit and actually have some kind of work downtime, so to speak. So the next thing to create a balanced life is actually scheduling out your day every day. So the first thing I do in the morning when I sit down is plan out my day. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why not just do it the night before? One of the things for me personally is when I do it in the morning, I've already kind of started with my morning routine. And then I sit down and now I'm thinking about, okay, what did I do last night? I take time to reflect on the previous day as well. What went well yesterday? What did I accomplish yesterday? What didn't I accomplish yesterday? What things actually got pushed forward to today? So when I start today, I'm starting off with, reflecting on the day before in mind. And that way it helps me continue with momentum moving forward. Also, sometimes in the morning, things pop up. You might get an email in the morning or a message related to your business that now needs to be scheduled into your day. So rather than me kind of waking up and then having to adjust my day if an emergency pops up in the morning that I need to take care of in my business or my personal life, I'd rather do my schedule in the morning. Again, this is something that, if you do decide to work with me either in a small group or one-on-one, we can actually look at when is best for you in your business and your schedule. For some of you, you like to wake up at 5 a.m., start your day then because it's quiet. For me, I'm the opposite. I'd rather do it the kids are in bed and spend a few hours at night grinding away. So that is how I start my day. And I plan it every, half an hour to an hour, depending on what it is. The other thing that I find helps and really has established a good routine for me is understanding how I'm actually allocating my time. So I use a 15-minute kind of time balance strategy where every 15 minutes I say, okay, this is what I did for the last 15 minutes. A couple things this does is one, it makes you realize how often you're actually either working on your business, how often are you working on your relationships, how often are you studying, how often are you doing chores, how often are you looking after your health and wellness, or anything else that is part of your life. Commuting for some people as well, whether you're going to meetings, etc. So actually blocking off, time, actually using that time block strategy, you can then reflect back on your week and say, hey, I actually spent a lot of time, maybe too much time doing X, when I really want to focus on doing Y to move either my relationships, my health, or my business forward. So again, helping you stay more balanced. And the final strategy that I really focus on, and this is something I actually learned from one of my mentors and coaches, who actually had on another podcast a few weeks ago. It's called the Wheel of Life. And if you've never heard about it, it is a system where you take the different aspects of life that are really meaningful for you, and you actually rate them from 0 to 10. And what I use is actually 7 different points, 7 different aspects of life that are important to me. So this, again, is something that is personalized. Now I rate everything 0 to 10, do it once a week. And that way you kind of see how is your life shaping up in balance. So for a lot of entrepreneurs and investors and business owners, we might find that our business, for a week is operating in a 9. But then when we look at our relationships, we've spent so much time that week working in our businesses that our relationship score might be a 2 or 3. And now you get to reflect, you get to look back at your 15-minute block that you did, and you can actually see that, oh, wow, I really did not spend time with my family. Hopefully they don't forget who I am. So in combination between planning every day out with your top 3 and also including some tasks and also putting time frames and time limits to things, it allows you really to move throughout your day, be productive in your business, have really strong focused core time, but also make sure the other important aspects of your life are maintained. You have healthy relationships, and you can start building and growing not only as a business owner, an entrepreneur, an investor, but as a person. At the end of the day, our goal is to find balance in lives, to be successful, to be healthy, and to really live a full life. So with that, thank you for listening to episode 1 of the Life Balance Mentor podcast. And as always, stay balanced.